National Sport Commission has annulled the recent election held by the Gymnastics, Judo and Shooting Federations, declaring them invalid for not meeting ministry's guideline on inclusiveness representation. A fresh election are scheduled for October 18th in Abuja, with Gymnastics and Judo required to conduct zonal polls beforehand, while shooting will proceed directly to national election. The National Sport Commission stressed that all 14 mandated constituencies must be represented on Federation's board, and announced that the new polls will be strictly supervised to ensure credibility. Kingsley, anytime we talk about elections, it's always one that is filled with a whole lot of controversies. Yet, this is another moment, but then the National Sport Commission seems to have come to the aid of those that were aggrieved of lack of inclusiveness. Do you think that it is a right direction for the NFF, for the National Sport Commission to wade into this matter?
Of course it is. It is the right step in the right direction for them. Of course, they supersede, everything that happens, in the election, and as well as the different sporting federation, of course, we have in the country. So they are there, of course, to bring normalcy, at this point in time. But one thing, of course, we have to ask ourselves, when are we going to get it right? When are we going to leave, power tussle and try to put things right, at this point in time? Must we always fight? Must we always try to do things the wrong way? That's the thing. There's no time you talk about election in Nigeria, in the sports system or politically. Of course, you always hear issues of, you always hear things like this, happening. Oh, election was not properly conducted. This happened, that happened. When are we going to get things right? Of course, in this part of the world. I think this, in a time like this is where we need to show, spirit of sportsmanship. All right, you must not win. All right, if the other persons win, you have to show support. Not that I must win by all means. All right, and at the end of the day, it brings anarchy. It brings things that we're not supposed to see. At the end of the day. So for me, just like you mentioned, right step in the right direction for the National Sport Commission. But I just hope that this time they'll be able to put, of course, people in place to make sure that this election, of course, is actually being conducted. You take a look at it that federations like shooting federations, shooting federation, judo federation, they are fighting. But at the end of the day, when they maybe emerge the winner, are they nothing to show for? That's the thing. You ask yourself, are we just fighting for the position? Because at the end of the day, all these things they are doing, the president will emerge, and you ask yourself, what has the Judo Federation done so far? What has the Shooting Federation done? Have you been hearing about the Shooting Federation? Have you been hearing about the activities? Gymnastics, Judo. Have you been hearing about the activities? How often do we talk about them? That's the question. So it's not about fighting, oh, I want to be the president of the federation. Will you be able to step up your game and do what you're supposed to do? All right. So for me, that's why I am of the opinion that all of these things does not matter. If maybe these things, of course, will be done by appointment, would have been even better, because at the end of the day, maybe the right persons will be appointed, and then we tend to see a good job, of course, being done in this federation at the end of the day. But when it's done via election like this, people struggle, strive just to make sure they emerge winner, and then sit down and start eating money and not doing what they're supposed to do. So good step in the right direction from the National Sport Commission, and I just hope that this time they'll be able to put up strategies to make sure, of course, they get it right this time.